What is sexual orientation?
Sexual orientation is basically the gender someone is attracted to physically, emotionally, sexually. Me personally, I'm heterosexual because I like someone of a different gender than me. I like males. And I know homosexuality is basically the same sex liking each other. And bisexual is when you like both women and males.
Okay, what determines sexual orientation?
What determines sexual orientation is basically like the fantasies and the self concepts you have of yourself. I know it's a difference between sexual orientation and sexual experimentation.
What does coming out mean to you?
Coming out means to me establishing a personal idea and then communicating that with others. But you first need to recognize your sexual orientation with yourself, and then tell family members, and then you want to tell the public.
What kind of life issues arise with coming out?
The life issues that I think arise with coming out, to me personally, are like there's a lot of anxiety over people rejecting you. So it's kind of hard to deal with, I feel like.
How was homosexuality viewed during the Middle Ages? Well, after the 13th century, homosexuality was actually punishable by death. And question number 2, describe homosexuality in the Latin America, Arabic culture, and Asian countries. In Latin America, thoughts were focused on masculinity and femininity. So basically, for men, the person being penetrated was considered the homosexual, and the person doing the penetrating was not considered homosexual, because it was basically like a masculine type thing, and then to go vice versa for women and lesbians. In the Arabic culture, sex was solely based off power and dominance. You see that a lot now in today's culture. A lot of people, when it comes to like rape and things like that, it's all based about power and dominance because you just want to be powerful. In the Asian countries, you know, China viewed homosexuality as a Western social disease. So there you have it. Do you feel as though being a homosexual is just a phase for some individuals, or this is a lifelong experience?
Well, based off Kinsey's statistics, 4% of men and 3% of women indulge in a lifelong homosexual experience. So in my opinion, I feel as though adolescents go through a phase while adults tend to stay in a lifelong relationship.
Okay, I understand. How do you think men and women develop their likeliness of being homosexual?
I could agree with the theory of constructionism. I feel as though the environment and the people you surround yourself with, your social life, has a huge effect on your...
What do you think about bisexuality? Do you think they're confused or is it real?
I think it can be confusing for people, especially since they come out as heterosexual first instead of just, right off top, like a lot of gay, lesbian people, how they just come out gay, lesbian from a young age. A lot of heterosexuals don't come out, a lot of bisexuals don't come out until later on in life.
Do you think minorities have a harder time coming out?
I think they do because they have to, they're a part of two, they usually feel like they're a part of two separate communities. Like a black homosexual person would be a part of the black community and the LGBT community. It doesn't usually cater to both. Like, black doesn't accommodate the LGBT, and LGBT doesn't always accommodate the black side of it.
And what do you think about same-sex behavior in prison?
I think it's situational because a lot of the prisoners end up going back to their wives and their girlfriends after getting out of prison. It's just during prison, so just kind of situational.
How does history play a role in homosexual beliefs today?
I believe history plays a large part in homosexual beliefs today. I know that in the Middle Ages, people were actually killed for being homosexual. In the modern times, physicians actually thought it was an illness, and then in other societies, it was normal. So I believe because there were so many views back then, there's so many views now.
How do societal views impact homosexuality?
We live in a world full of judgment and discrimination. So things like that can cause a person that's homosexual to undergo substance abuse, truancy, homelessness, and even sexual abuse.
What is homophobia?
Homophobia is basically a negative attitude towards homosexuals.
Okay, how can we stop homophobia?
I feel like we could possibly stop homophobia if we teach people more about the LGBT community. People are ignorant to homophobia, so I feel like if they're just, educated a little more, that there will be less hate crimes against them.
So, girl, what's up with you and Lily?
You know what, we doing good, but you know what, funny story?
What?
Me and her was in her room, laid up, watching TV. Her mom came in. She didn't say nothing. She just looked mad and she left.
What? So, like, does she know y'all together now?
I mean, she can kind of figure it out, but we didn't really say or tell her nothing.
Ooh, I wonder how that went. I mean, did you tell your mom? Like, does she know?
Hell no, I ain't gonna tell my mom nothing.
Why not?
I'm not telling her nothing until I go to college. She is judgmental. Why would I tell her anything?
I mean, she's gonna find out eventually. It's better coming out soon than waiting for it to come out.
I'd rather keep this on the lowest of the low key until for as long as I can.
Well, I guess. I mean, you should just tell her sooner.
I ain't gonna tell her nothing, but you got my back, right?
I got your back.
Hello,
Hi, is this Mrs. Hubbard, Aaron's mom?
this is she.
Hi, did you know that your daughter and my daughter were dating?
Excuse me?
Yes, ma'am. I recently just found out about that.
Oh no, my daughter's not a lesbian.
Well, I actually walked in on them and they told me that they were dating. So,
Are you sure?
yes, ma'am, I'm 100% positive.
Who is your daughter? Okay, let me call my daughter.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Aaron!
Yeah.
Come here!
Okay.
Have a seat, please.
What's she doing?
Just met Emily's mom, right?
Yeah, once or twice. Hello.
So she calls me today and tells me that you're in a relationship with her daughter, but I told her that couldn't possibly be true. Because, I wouldn't know that. You're my daughter, right?
What if it was, Mom?
Then we would have some serious problems. Because, you would tell me something something like that, right? You wouldn't keep something as big as this from me.
Why would I? You're judgmental.
I am not judgmental.
You're very judgmental.
Byron!
Yes, baby.
Our daughter may potentially be a lesbian.
What?
You heard me. This is her girlfriend's mother.
There you go.
What do you have to say, Byron?
Okay. That's all right. What's wrong?
It's all right. It's a sin, first of all, in the Bible. You
Yeah.
sure you don't want to go to church?
Can I just pause you right there, Mom? You ain't been to church since you was 13. Don't give me no religion.
I'm married, though. I am a married woman, and I am married to a man. So you sure you don't want to counsel?
Did I say anything about marriage? Did I say I'm having fun? I'm in a relationship.
With another man, don't it?
What does that matter? Love is love, right? Dad doesn't have a problem. My uncle's gay. What does it matter to you? You don't have a problem with him?
My brother is gay.
Byron, that don't make it right.
That's my baby. Baby, listen, calm down. We don't talk about this. Let her explain herself.
Okay. Explain yourself.
Can I ask you a question, Mom?
Yes,
You think this is a phase?
I do. I do.
So-
I'm hoping. No, I don't know. I'm hoping. It's a phase, right?
So you haven't noticed all the times whenever you try to put me in dresses, I never wanted to. All the little boys that came around that liked me, I never said yes. All the basketball games I attended, I never wanted to be cheerleading. You never noticed any of it?
I just thought you were picky, babe.
No, 15 years, you didn't notice anything?
You know, I was quite picky. I just thought you were picky, so it's a phase, right?
No, Mom. This is who I am. This is what I'm gonna be. If you don't like it, you don't have to. But you gonna respect me. I'm gonna respect you.
Hey, let me talk. Let me talk.
You talk to her, baby. Talk to her, because I just need to have a seat.
Mama just needs to calm down right now, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to her about it tonight. We just, go. We're gonna talk about this too later on, all right? Can I talk to you, Mom?
You can.
You all right?
Yes.
She's
Thank
my
you for
baby
being on my
now.
side.
Always. Baby.
Oh my God. I told you should have told me before they found out, girl.